I want to know your thoughts on closure. When you end a relationship, whether it's amicable or not amicable,
right?
Do you want closure or do you not care for closure? It's a lot for me.
It's a lot for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? I mean, for me, I think it depends. It definitely depends on the situation and how everything plays out in the relationship, how it ended and what happened, you know? I feel like there's certain situations, speaking from experience, where I'm okay with just kind of going, because I already know, like, I'm like, okay, this is what happened and whatever, and I'm okay with just going our separate ways. But there's relationships where I probably felt like I was more invested, and I'm just I have questions and I just want them answered a little bit. So I probably need that conversation to know what went wrong, and just for my own growth and my own peace of mind, I guess. Which is important, right?
Very important.
For moving on and just into the next relationship and just in general,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I agree.
What about you guys?
For me, I think closure is actually very important, because especially if you're moving into a new relationship, you don't want to bring the same baggage from the past relationship into the new relationship. The same insecurities, the same uncertainties. And sometimes closure just means understanding. You know what I mean? What might have went wrong? What can you change differently? At the end of the day, that's still somebody else's child, and maybe you inflicted something on them that made them react a certain way to end a relationship or the situation
that you weren't aware of.
That you weren't aware of.
Exactly.
So you don't want to bring that into the next situation. And for me, closure, it helps to kind of make me like a more well-rounded partner, maybe for the next relationship that I'm about to be in. And it gives me more understanding as to how could I love somebody or want something so prolifically, you know what I mean? And how could you feel like this person is your soulmate? They're the one, you know? It done. And then for it to end, there is definitely a why there. And with understanding, I think leads to healing.
Yes.
You know,
makes it a little bit easier, probably,
makes
right?
It easier,
a little
and
smoother.
then you talked about that growth, and it makes it smoother. I think closure is important. I know that you might feel a little bit different about whether closure is needed or not needed.
Right.
For me personally, I don't feel like I need closure from the other person.
That's so interesting to me.
I don't at all.
Okay.
At all. I don't feel like I need closure just because it really doesn't. I don't know. It depends on how. No, it doesn't even depend on how the relationship ends. I feel like if the relationship ends, if let's say you just left me, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's just your actions. I'm so big on action, guys. I don't know about you, but actions speak louder than everything. Like, if you just left me, then, like, why do I even need to hear?
What else do I need to know?
Why did you leave me? No, you left. You were willing to walk away. You didn't even have you didn't even think I was important enough for you to tell me, okay, this is why I left. Like, you know? And if there really was a reason, where obviously we're both in the relationship, so we both know there's problems, there's issues, like, you know what I'm saying? So if there is a reason why you left, in terms of, I don't know what the reason could be, but you just left, I don't think I need you to tell me what happened in order for me to move on. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I used to think that I needed closure, right? When my marriage ended, I thought I needed closure, and I thought I was gonna get closure, right? But I didn't get the closure, and I was able to heal. I was able to move on.
Right.
And when I realized I was able to do that without hearing from the other person, because, like, what is the person going to add? Because their action was more than enough for me.
Right.
That's how I look at it. It's like, your action is more than enough for me. If you respected me enough to sit here and have that conversation for me. I just feel like a lot of times people sit there and they're like, oh, I can't move on until I hear from the other person, until I hear, you know, what the reason... Yeah. No, we've all been that way.
Yeah,
we've all been that way. But
yeah.
I feel like that it's almost like something that holds you back, where you can't move on until you get that final say from the person. And I don't think anybody should have that much power over you,
right?
Where
I agree
you
with that.
feel like I
agree with that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yes, where you feel like I can't move on unless I hear from this person. You know, because if that relationship did not work, it's like, sometimes you just have to go through the healing process yourself. This is why you know me. Like, I'm always talking about self-awareness. Self-awareness is so important. You have to sit and you have to reflect. Okay, where did I go wrong? Where could what could I have done,
exactly,
you know, better? What did the person complain about in the relationship? Like, you know, what did they complain about in the relationship? Okay, like, heal. Get therapy, guys. People, get therapy. mine.
Thank God it's not mine. Oh, I thought it was mine.
You talk about therapy, but you know that is
That was
something
so
that is also slightly taboo in the Black culture. And so I love that you said that.
Yeah.
Promote that, push that, because I think a lot of us could be a lot more open to it.
Yeah.
Right? Sorry to interrupt, but I just
I love that.
I hear therapy and I'm just like, yes,
people,
preach it,
people,
speak it.
you know,
right?
I'm always telling, okay, so you guys know, obviously, I'm a hairstylist, and I'm always doing people's hair, and it's almost like I'm a therapist, but at the same time, like, when I hear people going through stuff, one of my first things is, like, have you, like, gone through therapy? And people, like, sometimes people maybe get offended by it, but to me, it's, like, it's nothing to be offended by, because, like, getting therapy was one of the most amazing things that happened in my life.
Oh,
like, it helped me, you know, and it really got me to really understand who Landrine was and why I was a certain way, why I reacted to certain things the way I reacted to it.
Yeah.
And that was everything to me. That helped. I feel like that helps me become a better person, you know.
Which is probably why you didn't even need the, like, as you say, you don't need the closure because you're doing your
I know, I didn't know you had therapy.
Oh, girl, I had therapy, and I'm not even done. Like, right now, I took a pause because sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good with talking about my feelings. But
Right.
after that, it's like, listen, like, you need to go back, because sometimes you just need to get that extra, you know.
Okay, yes.
But therapy has helped me understand who I am. There's this saying that I heard. Okay, guys, I'm going to share. So this pastor that I had years ago said something that really blew my mind, and I never forget thinking about it. In life, you go through some things, right? And you could either be a potato or an egg.
Okay.
You guys understand what that means?
Never heard that one.
No. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain. Okay, so the potato is when you're going through stuff, right? Imagine a pot with water being boiled, right? That's you in life going through stuff, right? So you could either become a potato, and what happens when you boil a potato? It becomes softer.
Right.
What happens if you boil an egg?
Hard.
It gets harder. Okay.
So you could go through things in life and become the potato, and the potato is maybe you went through, I don't know, like, let's say you went through, like, okay, I'm gonna go deep here. Let's say you went through molestation. You know, maybe you have more compassion for somebody that went through it, right? And let's say, like, you know, it's you become harder, you become bitter towards men.
Right.
The same thing. You're like, I'm bitter towards men. I can't stand men. I hate men. Da, da, da. And that's the egg. You're hard or you're soft.
Right.
So that really made me, and things like that is why I feel like, and that pastor was actually, like, he was the first person that ever counseled me. Right? So he helped me really go through these things, and after him, then I got therapy, right? But I had a one-on-one with him before, you know? And I feel like these are the things that really helped me, because, like, when I never thought about that.
That's a serious
No, that's a
metaphor.
different, I like that.
That's a
Yeah, no, I
serious
like
metaphor,
it.
but when you think about it, it's like, do I want to be a freaking egg or do I want to be a potato?
Which one?
I want to be a potato, guys. I want to be a potato.
You don't want to be a potato. You want to be an egg.
No. You don't want.
No, you
the
want to be
egg is hard. The potato is soft.
So don't you want to be hard?
I mean,
and,
no,
and
because-
confident and healed and firm and
Well,
focused and determined and strong.
I guess if you look at it that way, but when I think of hard, I'm thinking of you're
bitter.
Like you have a shell.
That's
like
how he explained it. It's hard, it's bitter.
Yeah.
Potato is soft, more loving, more compassionate, more understanding, more, you know,
more approachable, more everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that though, because that's true.
It's a different perspective
You don't
of what
think
you're
about
saying.
it.
Like the hard,
So
like, you know,
because even with
yes.
the compassion, you could be strong and compassionate.
Right.
Yes.
Right? You could be, you know, like, because I feel like I'm the potato, but people look at me and they're like, yo, you're so strong. And I hate that. That's a whole other conversation. Don't call me strong, okay? Don't call me a strong black woman. Don't do that. But I am very, you know, strong, and, you know, I'm compassionate. At the same time, I can be soft, because when I hear people went through the things that I've gone through, I could relate to them, you know?
Right.
So do you feel like you got closure through your therapy and then maybe not through the partner that you're
And
with?
that's what,
I think so. I never thought about that. But
Yeah, that's what I was
Closure.
thinking. I think that was your way of getting closure. Is it didn't have to
Yeah.
come from the person specifically.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got through closure. Yes, that's true. I never thought about that. So I got my closure through therapy and not through the person. Because, listen, people are messed up. Do you really want to wait for that person to sit there? What if the person is telling you, you know what, you were the problem. It was all you.
And they
I
have
cheated
pride
because you were not. Like,
That's true.
and you're going to go through your whole life thinking, oh my God, I was not a good person.
There's
He
only,
cheated on
I guess
me.
there's only certain type of people that you would be able to have like a constructive type of like sit down to like, you know, figure out for both of you guys, like without having any like I guess emotions and like trying to bring the other person down and like you know what I mean? That's not
like that.
It's not easy. Yeah, exactly. It's not easy to find that.
We are not in control of other people's actions. And what other
Say
people
that
think
again.
Of you. We are not in control of other people's actions.
Yes, for sure.
What other people think of you is none of your business.
That's it.
So
that's it.
I like how that came full circle.
No, that's it's
potato.
Perfect. Potato. That's a new one for me. I'm taking that. Thank you for that one.